Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is put the water on for the pasta. I usually use hot water as it boils a bit quicker, so half fill your pan with that. It needs plenty of water, and remember pasta needs to go into boiling water. You're then going to prepare your vegetables. So I've got some chestnut mushrooms here, which are brown, just in case you wonder what they are. Cut them into small pieces. If you're not keen on the vegetables, don't miss them out, just make sure you cut them small. You've chopped onions before, so take the end off, cut the skin off, leave the root end on, cut up the lines, and then cut across the way so you've got really finely chopped onion. It cooks a bit quicker, but it also obviously adds to the flavour. Once you've done that, you're on courgette, and you're just going to cut that in half first of all, and then into slices. If you still think that those are a bit big, it depends on the thickness of your courgette, then you can cut them into quarters. Okay, and then we're on to bacon. So I'm using a red chopping board for that. Bacon can be fatty, it just depends on the obviously the cut that you get. So you can, I'm going to cut some of that off with a pair of scissors and get rid of that. So, and then you're going to cut it, I'm just going to cut this into small strips. You can cut it a bit smaller if you want, but remember to either change or wash your knife after you've done that so you don't cross-contaminate. Okay. Once you've got your bacon done, then we've got garlic to do, so just take the ends off the little garlic clove. You can use a garlic press, which I'm doing. You don't have to take the skin off. If you haven't got a garlic press, then you just need to chop it into, take the skin off and chop it into small pieces. Okay. Okay, the next step is to put your 15ml spoon of oil into your pan, and we're going to be sautéing the bacon and the onion. Okay, the onion takes a little bit longer to cook, and you want the bacon to make sure the flavour comes out of that. So we're going to sauté or lightly fry, and obviously you need to remember that there's no liquid in the pan, and that you need to keep stirring all the time, otherwise it will stick to the bottom. I'm going to do that for 5 minutes, I think it says in the recipe, and you want that to sort of start to caramelise. It might go slightly brown, but just keep an eye on the temperature on your cooker. If it starts to go brown or stick, then you need to obviously take it off and turn it down a bit, and then put it back on. Okay. Once your water starts to boil, then you're going to add your pasta to that. You want the pasta to boil for around 10 to 12 minutes. You just need to test it to make sure it's soft before you drain it. Your bacon and onion should be starting to cook nicely now, and you will start to see the bits of onion going a little bit translucent, is called, so they're a little bit clear. Okay. Okay, just give your pasta a little bit of a stir. Sometimes it can have a tendency to stick together. Once you've done your 5 minutes, you're going to add the rest of the vegetables, so your courgettes and your mushrooms, and you're just going to stir that for another couple of minutes, okay, to get the flavour and the vegetables to start to cook. So once that's ready, you're going to add the rest of your ingredients. So your chicken stock cube, I'm just using the tub we've got at school. You need to use 1/4 of a stock cube, so the little square blocks that you buy. 2 tin tomatoes, which is about half of a normal size tin, and a tablespoon of tomato puree. Okay, and that's the makings of a nice rich tomato sauce. You're going to cook that for about 15 minutes until it becomes quite thick and rich looking. You don't want it too runny, but you don't want it too thick either, or otherwise it's a bit dry. You're going to put some herbs in. I've just used mixed herbs today. The recipe says basil and oregano, depends what you've got at home as to what you might want to put in. Okay, so you're going to bring that to the boil. Remember, boiling is big bubbles and simmering is small bubbles. So we don't want it boiling for too long, because otherwise the water will evaporate. It will stick to the bottom and you won't have enough sauce. Okay, so just make sure, if that happens, by the way, if you run out of sauce and your vegetables are maybe not cooked, then just add a little bit of water, about 50 ml at a time, until you've got a nice rich tomato sauce. Okay, once your pasta's ready, you can drain it, and then you can either mix it together, or you can serve the pasta on the plate and the sauce on the top.